Under the full moon Saturday night lights. I am the goddess of the moon, the hostess with the mostest, the high priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger god, first child of God, the dark goddess Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you might have seen when I posted my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. Where are we going? To hell if we don't change our ways, so they say. So they say. Hmm. Um. Hmm. I just came back from my full moon ceremony and shit. I was tripping because I found some crazy shit on fucking Facebook that was just like obscene. What was it? I don't know. My daughter says it's a thirst trap, and it was just that. It was this unbelievable, sexy Colombian man that just kept doing. He would like log on to something. I don't know, something in these, and it was a bunch of these recordings of men reacting to his beauty. It was hilarious, but he was beautiful. Couldn't tell if he was gay or not, but the freaking reactions were amazing. He was very inspiring and probably the most beautiful man I've ever seen. Really? Yeah, that was exciting. I fell for the thirst trap. I didn't even know. Really? And as I was showing this to my daughter, I was like, look, he logs on and freaks people out. And she's like, oh, that's like this Jesus. What do you call him? The flute Jesus. And she gets on TikTok and she starts showing me all these videos. And I'm laughing until I'm in tears. Totally destroyed me. It was hilarious. Oh, the crows. I guess the crows are hollering. Fine. Whatever you say, God. Other than that, I was trying to see what else I posted on my community page. In my last video, I told you how the tarot readers were full of shit, and they're all telling you reunion with the past, and this person's coming back. And I verified that in every one of their daily videos today. Don't worry, if you didn't catch it, they'll do it again tomorrow, or whenever they upload their latest video, for no matter what sign or what day or what fucking person. They're always talking about some person of your past is tripping and suffering, and they want you back. Shut up, bro. Tarot juice. You're not going to catch that in my tarot readings, but we're about to read some tarot. I teach people over here. Wait a minute. I teach people over here the journey of tarot as a self-healing mechanism. How to take the spiritual journey. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with theirs. Realistically, you never hear me say no stupid shit like that. So we're gonna check the tarot for. I told you guys that they can't predict the future, but what influences the future is already set in place, and that's planetary influence. And that's what we've been digging into. I'm gonna take a break from that over the weekend because I told you we can't just shove all kinds of shit. Earlier we did a dark night and the soul teaching. I'm keeping up with them, if I could think so. As far as the full moon, if there would have been any kind of ceremonies or we were doing any kind of manifesting or banishing or actual work, I would have incorporated some kind of ceremonial work, but it was just a gratitude. So you could have thrown, you know what I mean, anything to the wind and just kind of, stared at the moon and was, reaching out in gratitude. And that's kind of where I am. I went through a lot, trying to cram for the holidays and then to have a couple days to just chill and just let everything unwind. Oh, come on. Those cards take forever. Is somebody talking to me? No. They're intuitive nudges. It's like that's how I go. It's a guiding system. So I sit there and I'll just kind of look and stare and I'll go with what feels good unless I'm drawn to something and I'll just bitch about it anyways. But I'm like the Metatron cards are staring at me dead in my face. Because that's where it is. It's like, what do you want to teach? And that's where it reaches out to me. And then it somehow in the chaos it makes perfect sense though, doesn't it? There's a lot in there, and when the doors are wide open on the dark side, anything can come through, don't you think? Yep. Yesterday we were talking about. I had to interrupt all my teachings and do a teaching on what it takes to be a priestess and the in between and all of that shit. So that's more in reference to what I was talking about. talked about reincarnation, but not too much. I could do conventions on it. I was just trying to give you the gist of how it moves. Oh, and that's what I posted on my community page. Dre died. I mean, I had a feeling, and that's really what it is. And you're like, damn, that's sad. It's sad for the people that have an emotional attachment to him, but when they think of him, they should think good things. Except for those that have, you know what I mean, that didn't forgive him, or, he died with some kind of, quarrel between him and another. Realistically, but his death, a lot of people project this, and what it is it's the real problem with death is not that this person has lost their life, but how much damage it does to the people that have to live life without that person. I don't know why there's this huge projection on the person that lost their life, realistically, because they're gone. Like, why are we mourning they're gone? What we're mourning is, you're going through this really difficult transition of trying to find a new way to live without them. Really? Yeah. And as a sole provider and all of that stuff, and he had 3 children and a wife, it's kind of like, damn, he went on, but they have to keep struggling through this life for as many years as God says before they can, you know what I mean? Their souls can reunite. But I don't know where you guys see this whole fucking thing of marriage and shit. It's like, there's all those questions. It's like, if you got married twice, who would you be with in heaven? Everyone. To say that you're, you know what I mean? To say that everything isn't harmonious and there's some kind of division by a piece of paper or your love, you know what I mean? It's all love. And you're not seeking to power, control, anything like that. It's full unity. So those roles don't even exist. On the other side, realistically, he's no longer Dre. He took his last breath as Dre. Realistically, y'all. And that between him and God is how quick it'll take him to come back and clean up Dre's mess. Because Dre made some messes. I knew him as an individual, and he was a little bit shady. Can't say he was a forthcoming man and a righteous man by God and all of that. And he fulfilled his deeds and responsibilities as a human being. And that, no, he lived a fucking life, a basic life. He was my age when he died, and he was, known for being part of the Denver music industry and being involved in some of the community works and stuff like that. But that's not what I saw. I knew Dre as a partier. Him and his girl were like weirdo fucking sleep around type people. They were trippy. Last thing I can remember is when they pulled this weird act on, like, I don't know if it was Christmas or if it was Valentine's Day or maybe even their anniversary. But he had posted the gifts that they had got each other with the fucking price tags. And they had spent each of them like $3,000 on each other. She had bought him a watch, and he got her all this shit. But I thought it was so fucking tacky. And because I had met them in real person, and I knew he was a horn dog that was just sleeping with the fucking groupies, and she was just a fucking coke whore, and she didn't have a fucking problem with none of this, to sit there and mourn them, how dare me go in there fucking, go around his crying mother and their crying children when I know the dark side of what they really were. I'm just saying, everybody has a dark side, but these are those times where everyone will try to pretend like they were the best person, and they will be missed. Yeah. Not by all. Not by all. They were great to you. That doesn't mean they were great to everyone. And that's where you got to be great to all. Really? Yeah, greatness. We got these Archangel Metatron cards, and they're so fucking lengthy. I have quite a few of these cards that are lengthy. I feel like these should be a fucking Sunday card. Sunday. Oh, shit. Can I skip to the next one? I feel like we should. Why? Because the next one speaks of the Akashic Records. And that's what I was talking about yesterday, which was reincarnation and being your past life activation. I guess maybe it'll set in tomorrow. Let the moon hit you. Really? Where the good Lord split you. That's that old saying, right? Realistically. Yeah. Well, you're getting a wake-up call. Listen and take note. Hey, there's the flute. Have you guys seen this guy on TikTok? She's like, you have a TikTok on your phone. I was like, I don't open that mother. She tried to get me on Pinterest too. She's like, there's all these cool. I was like, no, that's what people my age do, and they're addicted to such stupid things. And the last thing I need you to do is open a doorway to an addiction for me. Please and thank you. No, I don't need any of that in my life. Especially a 2-minute fucking fizz. No, I already posted it in my community page if you want to know what we're talking about. Can we read this after? Let's check the cards. Oh, fuck, they gave us another one carder. What's this? Oh, it's the real Knight of Swords. Well, I gotta say, you don't look much different than the page. The page was learning and observing shit. Hey, Wolfman, you need chapstick, bro. Didn't I tell you that for like 2 months? Chapstick. And he just came out here. Dude, you just be getting real high and shit. You get like super duper duper fucking high. And then you come out and blurt out some bullshit. He started out with New Year's, new me. And then he's all, you are not your thoughts. And you have to enter the realm of the observer and see yourself. What the fuck does that have to do with New Year's, chap lips? Nothing, dude. He's a weirdo. You make me question what drugs you actually do. Considering that you run through the fucking, through the fucking, you know what I mean? The southern hemisphere. I think you have a serious coke problem. And that's why you have all these weird coke whores around you. And then you put on all this rest of this shit. You're fucking weird. Then you toy in fucking spirituality and what the fuck kind of childhood traumas you got, motherfucker? Fucking goddamn you, God. These guys are so distorted. As much as I want to tell you you're a whole fucking twisted sister, well, go sit down with the whole fucking rest of the Catholic girls. Motherfucking, shut up, Marshall. He's twisted. All types of fucked up. Lewis is twisted. All types of fucked up. Bobby is so motherfucking twisted. You know, show up at my house with all that fucking shit in your pockets. You're all fucking types of fucked up. I stood there and think about it. What the fuck? Do you have no concept of time? Like, where was this fairy tale you were creating in your head? Anyways, you guys are so fucked up. And what it is I see this compassion because it's like you looked at me as all types of fucked up. Realistically, yeah, I was dealing with fucked up shit for like 2 years. You're living a fucked up life. Kanye is so many kinds of fucked up. NF is hiding behind his wife, Bridge Fit, and he's all kinds of layers of fuck the motherfucked up. In the name of Christ, as that may be. You guys are all kinds of fucked up, bro. Why do I have to be in the loony bin? Really? Yeah. Where'd that come from? I don't know. It's just the full moon. Marsha loves me because I'm all kinds of fucked up. Bobby loves me because I'm all kinds of fucked up. All of you love me because I'm all kinds of fucked up. I love you not because you're all kinds of fucked up. I loved you because I didn't... Whatever. I guess I love you because you accept me as being all kinds of fucked up. So it's equal that I should just love you as fucked up as you are. And that's where it is. It's like, I cannot look at you and be like, damn, without realizing the crazy that lied within myself. But shit, it was cool when I was crazy like you, but I'm not crazy anymore. And I look at you as complete fucking lunatics. Absolute fucking lunatics. Riddle me this, Lewis Hamilton. Coincidence or not that you and Kim keep getting caught in pictures up in Aspen? Okay, there's nobody on the God-forsaken earth that you couldn't spend your holiday with than this cunt-ass bitch. And why in all of God's green earth would you guys plan to dress in such pathetic manners in our fucking mountains and think that for 1 second you would fit in? You stand out as the camel toes that you are. And like a tree attracts like. So I will always look at you as a fucking camel toe. Lewis, you are no better than the pathetic company you keep. And you latch on to such pathetic people. You might as well go make music with... Oh, wait, that's what you was doing last year. Oh, and was that you hanging out with Will Smith and all his weirdo family? Don't forget, toast up to Justin Bieber. Dude, you guys are sickos, bro. I wish God would have shown some grace along the way. You're like so mentally fucked up as grown ass men. Oh, and then the woman that's surgically built to be a woman. Do you even qualify as a woman when you couldn't breastfeed? Realistically, you're definitely a bimbo. I'll give you that. I'm just saying, I don't know. Like, I could start with one and we could just fucking put everybody on this fucking barbecue and just watch this fucking fire burn under the full moon. He made me a spiritual psychoanalyst so that I could go out and deal with fucking psychos spiritually for the rest of my fucking life. Like these Jesus freaks, or like people that praise the devil, or like people that even believe in the fucking devil. You guys are psycho, bro. Like, the only way I could have lived in this world was to be crazy like you. And it's like, go crazy or be different. I'll stay different, but I can't help but notice the fucking maniac. Look at Russ. Oh, God. Don't bring him in. I'll lose my shit. Russ, stay the fuck out of this conversation, please, with your fucking mental illnesses. You and your weird ass fucking mommy issues. For those of us that had a fucking no parent and then we see his, it's absolutely disgusting. It's mortifying. It's terrifying. It's like the absolute extreme. Oh my God, mommy fucking dearest, I'm glad my mother was a crackhead. Rather than her turn out to be this, Jesus Christ, with a drink in her hand on a fucking yacht in a bathing suit. What the fuck kind of fucking bullshit is this? Oh, is he out there with Will Smith and Kanye West? Some Nicki Minaj on that shit? Jesus Christ, I can't help none of them. Please please God, make me a bird so I can fly far, far away. Realistically, no. I hate the fucking fact. You guys want to be me? Fucking you deal with these psychopaths. Tell them God loves them and try to change their fucking reality so they can start being righteous men of God. Bullshit. Bullshit. Do you believe any of the people that I listed in the rant below are going to be useful, or they're just going to be another obituary? Obituary. Go ahead, Russ. Pick out the clothes that, your pretty little outfit and the perfect jewelry you want to wear on that pretty day when you say goodbye. Make sure you dress for the occasion. Jesus. Maybe somebody will actually shave your fucking face for once. Something your father didn't teach you how to fucking do. Really? Where's this coming from? I don't know. We're right behind the Queen of Swords, and I might as well just ride this horse into the next one. Really? I mean, seriously. They're lunatics. And they're the highest level of ludicrous. And then there's just like, it just goes down. There's whale shit. And then there's them. And then there's you that believe that you want to grow up and be just like them. And I have to be here for fucking 55 more years to watch this evolution of man supposedly happen. Are you going to evolve? They say you can. I am fully aware that it's going to take like at least 35 years, but like at what part of the beginning, like when? You're disgusting. You disgust me. Realistically, yeah. I don't know if that has anything to do with this card, but it started with Wolfman, and all of you give me the same fucking creepy vibe. Your life is disgusting. I want to hang out with you and talk about nothing about your life. You have nothing cool to talk about. You have nothing exciting. You're nothing. You are an absolute waste of a flesh body. Unless somebody's getting off on it, somebody's poking it or pinching it or touching it, unless it serves some purpose. But realistically, go fuck off. Jesus Christ. You're no good to me. You're no good to the world. You're no good to God's army. You're hardly good to your own families. And I'm sure you're really good to your friends. Oh, really? I mean, really. Kim Kardashian, how come we got all kinds of pictures of you and Aspen? Where are your children, bitch? Where are your 6 children, bitch? They didn't want to come, or you didn't want to take them? And why would you be in Aspen shopping? Why were you buying clothes in Aspen that you can't buy somewhere else? You're just pathetic. That's just an addiction. You had to be out and seen because you were getting cabin fever. You're pathetic. You gonna wear the clothes that you bought? Not without taking a picture, you dumbass. As if you didn't buy enough clothes before you got here. You never had the intention to fucking come here and buy clothes. You're pathetic. What kind of breed of human beings are you? Is it like some kind of juice you guys drink? Is it something in the champagne? I look at someone like 50 Cent when I said that. It's like, what's in the juice, bro? What's in it that when you guys got to that level, you turned into fucking what the pathetic human beings that we look upon today? I'm not sure. I don't know. But you're useless. Like, what are you going to do with your lives? You're like 30s, 40s, and above, 50s and shit. Like, are you going to build a school or a church or something? Are you going to do something good for society where, like, maybe they put your name on a plaque somewhere other than, in your living room? Will you mean more to this world than what you do to the fucking bloodsuckers that you feed all day, which would be your fucking codependent friends and family? What kind of children could fucking Kanye's and Kim's children be if they never raised them? Nobody had a hand in this. Or in essence, everybody had their hands on their kids. We might find out later. They'll write great stories about what kind of parents you were. Can't wait to read those thrillers. Because your life was really pathetic at this point. Growing up with Justin Bieber and all his homies and all his fever. My dad had outbursts a lot. He used to drink a lot. I feel like you're growing up with Ozzy Osbourne in that house while your mom's over there trying to take off her clothes and take pictures in the window. I can't imagine having a childhood by these two. These are your parents. These are your loving, supporting, guiding, nurturing, caring providers that are going to build you into the most amazing starseed human being we've ever had that's going to contribute so much to society. You're going to be a drain on society just as your fucking pathetic ass celebrity ass parents, your broke ass dad that was literally going into financial failure when you were born and had to sell his wife and every bit of her to get you guys back on track. Realistically, yeah. Who's taking care of your kids, Bieber? Realistically, you guys are pathetic. You had like one job and one job only, and that was to be a good person. And you thought that, like, looking at yourself, you think that, like, you're a good person? Or you do a lot of good? For who? The bloodsuckers closest to you, your entourage, your groupies. Pathetic. Pathetic. Where did this start? With Chap Lips over there. Again, I don't know what he's on. He's on weird drugs, dude. He's a weird person. He has no life either. He's like mid-30s, doesn't have a wife, doesn't have kids, doesn't have a job, doesn't have a career. Just, you know what I mean? He pushes out these love readings and tries to entice women to go stay at their houses and meet up with them in their countries and shit so he can use them. He's like this weird, twisted, spiritual Tinder date. And I really feel like he's probably very unsatisfying sexually. I feel like he's all show. Really? Probably. Probably. You'd have to have I bet you he's a pencil dick, bro. Real thin. Real thin on the meat. I've had enough time to think about this. Yeah. Don't give me enough time to think myself out. I'm out of there. All right, Knight of Swords. The horse winds at its rigid spurs as it rigid spurs it onward. Okay, the unstoppable force. This one propels themselves faster and faster, further beyond. They are so loud out there, I can hear all kinds of shit. Heedless of danger and without hesitation, they seem louder than my own voice right now. They rush into the battle, held high by their own zeal and drive. Do not be fooled into thinking they are unthinking. Rather, they have mastered the skill of relying upon their instincts to guide them to the right decision, moment by moment, as they do not hold back. To falter is to lose. Keywords: a reckless hero, lack of preparation, ready for battle, fickleness. All right, dipshit, whoever you are that's ready for battle, we're not supposed to be battling. I'm not battling. Are you hurt by my words? Are you hurt by your own truth, bro? And you want to battle? Here we go. In the state of court of law on a holy Bible, do you, Wolfman, swear to God that you are not doing drugs and getting on the internet and blasting out bullshit that comes out of your mouth that's related to spirituality? Under the state of God and the entire divine, can you state on top of a holy Bible that you swear to God that you're not doing this and that you need some motherfucking chapstick? Can you swear that everything I said, all of the evidence given, is false? That is, this is a false defamation of character? Can any of you deny that you have been diagnosed with a mental fucking illness? What are they treating you for in therapy sessions, guys? You've gotten a diagnosis by now. They're treating you in therapy. Bobby, what's the pills that you take? What psych meditation? You obviously don't have time for therapy, but you still may or may not take the medication. You were diagnosed to do so and keep ongoing therapy, which you may or may not be doing. What did they diagnose you with? Lewis came out in Time magazine and talked about how he was suffering from depression and all of this stuff. What are you diagnosed with, Lewis? Kim Kardashian came out and said that she had brain damage. She tried to blame it on her tumultuous relationship with Kanye West. Kanye West, we know, is diagnosed as bipolar and is supposed to be on medication. We know for a fact that fucking Eminem is on medication and been diagnosed. What are you? Schizophrenic? Bipolar? PTSD? PTSD? What are you? Don't get mad at the truth. Do something about it. I love when people call me crazy because I was, but I'm not anymore. And that's the great thing about healing yourself and walking away from your old ways is you have the glory of presenting your new self with more honor. But if you continue to have a drug problem, then you're a fucking drug addict. You continue to drink, then you're an alcoholic. Doesn't mean, no, I used to be an alcoholic in my 20s, but now I can control it. No, you were an alcoholic and now you've learned how to maintain it. You're a maintainer. Example, Russ. People drink alcohol as a social thing. An alcoholic drinks alone by themselves. What did you do? What'd you say? Oh, I'm bored, so I'm going to go out and I need to go get some liquor and there was nobody there to celebrate with you. You were celebrating the drop of a song, but there was nobody. It was a drop of your fucking sobriety. That's how you celebrate yourself, is with alcohol, by yourself, in your room, on the internet, with a bunch of strangers. Am I wrong? Where is her children? And why is she shopping in our streets? Does she not have designer clothes to be given to her? Why is she here? Is it a coincidence that they're catching pictures of her and Lewis up there? You think this is a coincidence? I don't think so. Not at all. Am I lying about any of this? Or you're just mad because of the obvious truth that you guys are all types of fucked up. And I think it's fucked up that I got to deal with you. I think it's fucked up that anybody has to deal with you. But if somebody doesn't deal with you, then you just breed more fucked up people like yourselves. You have fucking armies of fucked up people all over the internet that think you're fucking cool. And they want to be just fucking like you. They want to grow up and fucking dye their hair just like you, Eminem. They want to sing just like you. When I grow up, you know what I want to be? Right, NF? You wanted to be a rapper just like Eminem. Did that help you become a good father and a good husband? Do you have a close relationship with your babies? Yeah. How can any of this make you good people when you're not even good for yourself or those near you? As far as you wanting to go to battle, you're battling yourself. Actually, you're losing. There's no battle to be had. You've already lost. You're absolute losers. You think because you have money, but who has more? And look at Lewis. He's a loser. He's hiding up in the mountains with fucking loser people like himself. That's how he spends his losing year, with losers just like him. Misery loves company. Couldn't possibly sit by yourself and reflect on the fact that you're a whole fucking loser at this time in your life. You're a big 40-year-old fucking virgin loser. Excuse me, when's your birthday? A couple days from now, 42, right? 40 some shit. 41, 40. What do you have to show for your life, loser? You're gonna go over there and raise Kanye's kids? You're gonna go stick your little wiener in fucking Kim Kardashian's butt? You're gonna be the long list of guys to rub your dick on her butt? Who came last? You're gonna have to clean up fucking Big Dick Davison's mess. That's the last one to touch that one. So that's what she's got. She's got the energy of Big Dick Davison all over her. You're gonna have to do better than Big Dick Davison. Moving on. Anyways, this might be what do they call it? A reckless hero, a lack of preparation, ready for battle, and frickleness. Yeah, how'd that feel? Was that frickle? I'm always quick. I know I'm always quick. Real quick. It's that I hold back. I hold a lot back, bro. But when it's ready to go, bro, I got it lined up. Like I don't need to reload. It's time for a wake-up call. Number 11. Last one is really pretty. Links to Pluto, which is what? The fucking ruler, Hades, of course, and the ruler of fucking Scorpio, which is what? The planet of death and rebirth. Pluto and rebirth. It also relates to 1111 coded wake-up call program, and this makes us sit up and take notice of spirit. It's time to step up into the deepest trust and heed the clarion call of the mighty Archangel Metatron. This call cannot be drowned out by fear or denial that which is before you now. It's time to step up into the deepest trust and heed this wake-up call, which may be a spiritual in nature or affecting something very physical around you now. You have been aware for some time that something needed to change, something is coming, and that a situation can no longer carry on. Your inner voice may have whispered, but Metatron now shouts the warning message loudly for you to hear. In order for you to have a successful travel through the tree, you have to get here. You have to let something die tonight. Saturn pushes you into the limitations, puts you into a death. Only through the death can you have the spark of genius, let it expand through your heart and be able to birth something new. If you don't let something die, then you have to start this whole process, and it'll be the same fucking death and rebirth you face. You will not face another level until you get rid of this. Every week, they will tell you what to get rid of. And the question is, what'd you get rid of? Thoughts. At this point, I have nothing else to give. I mean, I give up clothes and stuff like that all the time. Thoughts. Ideas. I give up this idea for a new one. I'm giving up the ideas of the past for a new one. It was really difficult, as I said, because I was creating ideas off the past, and it took a lot of time to clear that out. But as you can hear from my little rant earlier, I'm clear and open to receive something new. And to be honest, if I get stuck with the same old, I'm probably going to reject it because I don't want the disappointment of the old anymore. We will keep allowing the past to disappoint us as long as we want to. And you will keep getting disappointed by the past, thinking it's going to, be any better. But when you're done, then you're done. You may be experiencing ringing in your ears, popping of energy, or unblocking of one or both of your ears as Metatron calls you. You may also see numbers, particularly the combination of 1111, which are promoting you to see things in a new way, but also to let you know that Metatron is with you. He does so with love and urgency as a warning to carry on regardless. Not heeding the advice and guidance carries consequence, and if the calling is ignored, your path will no longer be aligned with your soul's true calling. You may be set against a backdrop of challenge. You may feel a lightning. That's what happened. I could have just gone on to fight great battles against Wolfman. I could have gone on and stayed focused on Wolfman. I wasted a whole year on unbelievable challenges because I showed them that I wasn't ready for you. So I had to go back and face this fucking motherfucker, bro. Did you waste a year? I gained the knowledge I needed only to come back right where I am and face the same fucking battle that I wasn't prepared for last time. But I think about it. God brought you into my life. And I fucking patterned on you and got myself locked up in spiritual fucking court and had to go through all this fucking shit with this punk ass, weak ass, pathetic ass, bitch ass first twin flame. I had left him so many fucking twin flames ago. I had outgrown him so many fucking levels, bro. And I didn't face it. I just didn't face you. I wasn't ready. So I had to go back and reface it through him. He was just a weak version. He was only preparation to face you and move the fuck on. What, I'm supposed to move on with you? I'm supposed to move through you, past you, around you, whatever it takes. You're not going anywhere. None of you ever were, bro. Ugh, gosh, I think about this. That's why you don't fuck this up, bro. Don't fuck it up. Just do what God asks you, bro. If not, he's going to make it so much harder for you. You don't think you're brave enough? I don't care if you're crying, bro. Just do what God says, bro. Otherwise, it's going to be so much fucking harder. God, I think about this. Every time I got to face you, Wolfman, I am so fucking pissed off about this. I should have just faced your bitch ass last year. And then you think about Bobby. I should have faced your bitch ass the first year. Jesus Christ. All that time. All I had to do was face you, get disappointed, and move the fuck on. Just find out you were a disappointment. Instead of living in my head, believing you were something you weren't. All I had to do was get close enough to realize what the fuck you really were. Instead of fabricating it in my head and giving you the benefit of the doubt and making all these ideas in my head that you were a great guy and shit. All I ever had to do was get close enough to you to realize I never even needed or wanted you. All I had to do was get close to Wolfman. Try to understand him. Try to go with this connection. See where it would lead me. Because eventually it was going to lead me to my roadblocks. It was always going to lead me straight into my own healing. That's all it was meant to do. So simultaneously, I'm sitting there going through all this bullshit with fucking Bobby. But it's only the same roadblocks that I should have been working with him. It's just bullshit. I can't be mad at nobody but myself, but I'm trying to tell you the importance of these fucking callings, bro. He does it with love and urgency, and as a warning to carry on regardless. Not heeding the advice and guidance carries consequence, and if this calling is ignored, your path will no longer be aligned with your soul's true calling. The call may be set against backdrop of challenges. You may feel the lightning strike around you, wondering how long you can stay out of the storm without getting more wounded than you already are. That's it, dude. I had every spirit inside of me telling me to calm down with this guy. Every time I would lash up at him, they told me to fucking calm down. What happened? I broke his ego way too fast. He got hurt, just like Russ, and he was never going to open up again, so there was no possibility for us to make a connection. Now it became war. And that's what we did. It's just a repeat. I've seen it too many times. I told Marshall, stand back. This one's going to be ugly. I know exactly what I did when I did it. I know exactly what I'm doing. They tried to stop me from my own doing. And I just think about it. I know. I went off on him, and my whole spirit was like, stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. And I didn't listen to my spirit. I just kept going on and frying the shit out of that guy. You can see how I stop when I hear it now. Why? Do I want to end up with Bobby again? My fucking consequence was Bobby, bro. Don't you see that? Did you see what I went through? It's terrible. I could have healed in a more advanced way than dealing with an unemotional, unintelligent, completely cut off human being. I got fucked on that one, bro. Again, there was nothing going to come out of me dealing with Bobby but my healing. There was nothing good going to come out of that. Absolutely not. But God walked me straight into it, and he would not let me get out of it until I learned my fucking lesson. What was the lesson? The same lesson I would have learned with Wolfman. It's all about the Knight of Wands energy. It's all about the sexual power. It's all of this. I could have learned it with someone better, though. I fucked myself. No, he fucked me. I guess, technically. I'm just warning you, dude. Just listen to your callings, bro, because it's gonna be, all it does is, all right, if you don't listen to it, fine. They'll bring you back, but you're going down a harder road. You'll always get back to where you started, but will you have it in you to fucking, you know what I mean? How old will you be next time you get back to Mount Everest? You know what I mean? Will you be able to make that climb next time? Just saying, be careful of this. Those callings are for real. Doors close, opportunities close, things close, dude. Really? There's only certain perfect alignments where things can happen. You know, that alignment for us, that shit closed. We can't be what we were supposed to be. That contract is closed. We can jump on a new timeline, but not that one. We can create a new contract, but not that one. And if we're meant to keep coming back, we'll have to create a new contract. Broken enough of these contracts, I'll tell you what. It's a karmic contract, you ask me. Anyways, I'm just warning you. I speak from example. I went through a lot of shit just not following, and that's why I just do what it says, bro. I do what my heart says. Because if I ever didn't, I'm going to regret it. You may feel the lightning strike around you, wondering how long you can stay out of the storm without getting more wounded than you already are. You have wounds that are raw from having stayed too long, tried too much, and reached a dead end. It's time for a different approach. There is nowhere to go except into surrender. Archangel Metatron comes not to bring chaos or pain into your world, but to correct imbalance, bring you back to yourself, and open new doors where old ones have closed. And you think about the animosity of the person on the other side, you know what I mean? The mind games he played, the manipulation. Also, he could get laid. With full knowing that I was coming in full love. And that's what I mean, is like, you had to see it. You had to see it play out. You had to literally see this really fucked up sexual energy and what it does and how people use it around each other and for against each other and how they derive from it. You can ignore the call, carry on as before, but he will come back, and each time the call will change, for change will be louder and still more insistent. And that goes back to Lewis. God told him not to do that, bro. I told him, crying, don't do this. I foresee what you're doing. Don't do this. You don't give a fuck. He's not listening to that calling in his heart. Metatron never gives up on you, never abandons you, and always has the best interests at heart, as well as everyone else concerned at any event, situation, or relationship. The wake-up call signals that one way of doing life is now over. You need to prepare for a new, and it'll be done for the highest good for you and anyone else involved. That seems difficult at times and impossible will be made easier for you. The impossible will be made easier for you. There is still a short time to prepare, to evaluate, to gather your strength, but the winds of change are here and time is running out. Metatron reaches out his arms to help carry you with grace to the next stage of your journey. As he calls, I'm getting downloads. As the call by you is heated, the skies lighten. The golden rays come back to you. The light pierces the darkness to reveal new visions, a new life, and new possibilities. Wake-up calls can be both individual, affecting our own day-to-day life, and collective, intertwined with raising global consciousness. I'm always curious. What is it? It's just when you read this, it's one of those perfect alignments where it's made to happen, right? There's a bolt of lightning that's going across it, and it'll catch some of us, and the rest of you are left behind. You'll have to catch the next lightning bolt of inspiration. And the reason I say this is if you've been outside and watched the moon, again, I don't know what it is anymore. I'm confused. There's a planet that moves across the sky every night, but it's not Jupiter, and it's not Venus. And I don't know what it is. And it's not the only one. That's why I really needed an astronomer. So every night I watch it, and it's always, a little bit off to this way, or it's off that way, and it's off. But not tonight. They're traveling together across the sky. Really? Kind of makes you wonder, is it some Pluto or something? What is it? I wish somebody could tell me. It'd make me feel really good. I don't know what it is, but they're aligned and they're moving across the sky together tonight. And that's a perfect alignment. They're telling you to, to change your life. How does that happen? Little changes, micro to the macro. So even as I was saying that, as I was getting downloads, it's like, I don't know what to do every day to make this change, but you stay present in each day. And as you live each day, you're changing by the day. For me, that's something like I was like, I don't know what this means for me. And in my head, it's like, I'm going to show you each day what to do to implement these changes. Every day I'll show you how to make these changes because I'm going into change. I just don't know exactly what that means. And that means my schedule is definitely changing. I'm not going to work. The kids are going back to school. Life picks back up. But what do? My life is different now. Realistically, yeah. And I can't have my hands in everything. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to wake up, on Monday morning and I'm going to focus only on getting a house. Or I'm going to wake up on Monday morning and I'm going to focus only on my, getting my computer going. Or I'm going to wake up on Monday morning and only focus on, my body or my love life or something like this. It's like I have plenty of areas of my life that need a lot of focus, but I'm not going to put all my focus in one area, but let the day take time throughout the whole day to focus in all areas of my life and apply that to all areas. And that's how you implement change in all areas of your life. But to leave out any area and just say, well, I'll put that off till Friday, that's not very balanced. That's not keeping your energetic field balanced or anything. If you're like, well, my dating life, my spiritual life, my physical life, my inner child doesn't need anything until the weekend, well, how are you going to cram all that in? How much time are you going to give to your inner child? What about your creativity? What about rest and restore, which could be some self-love and shit? What if you need a fucking haircut? You know what I mean? What about all this stuff? You're not giving yourself enough time to take care of yourself in all areas of your life. Really? And that's what it means, is it could be affecting, say you wake up on Monday, you typically wake up at 6, and now you woke up at 8. Then on Tuesday, you woke up at 9. Then on Wednesday, you woke up at 8. Then on Thursday, you woke up at 10. You may have not noticed it, but you're changing. Your schedule has already changed. Something simplistic like that. You might be kicking yourself in the ass like, why am I waking up so much later? I myself am waking up much later. Why? I'm staying up super late. But it always happens under a full moon. Really? My times be all off. So like I made a video last night at like 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock and didn't get to sleep and this and that. And so these little things, they change. And I start to see them. I'll notice that I've been sleeping different patterns. God's preparing me for something. I'll notice my different patterns after so long. I'll notice after a couple times, this is becoming a pattern. What am I preparing? What am I subconsciously preparing for? What am I being prepared for? Really? People want to have these positive effects and show you change, but change is subtle. It can be outlandish on a Friday, Saturday night where you really like, you pack up your bags and leave your house, but that wasn't. There was a lot of, when it happens and everybody sees you doing it, they'd be like, I knew he was going to leave her. They knew this was coming a long time. It wasn't like an overnight thing. It wasn't a freckless thing. It's like you've put a lot into this, and this was the perfect fucking hair up your ass for you to actually be brave. It's not, these decisions are usually not impulsive. It's that you need the impulse to do it. But you've given it much, much, much thought, if not too much thought. Realistically, in something like this, a change, like something like that, like a person thinks about quitting smoking a ton. I just want to point out something happened over, the New Year. Colorado banned flavored tobacco. That's what got me in California. My entire life, I smoked menthol, which is a flavored tobacco. I went to California for a couple of weeks, and they had already had the ban on flavored tobacco. While I was living in Colorado, I had a friend that lived in Massachusetts when the ban hit them, and I would send her cigarettes from here because she couldn't get a hold of menthols. There was other people, this has already happened in many places. Now here, let me explain how it happened though. And this is why I tell everyone the story, because it's happening to them right now. They're going to the store and no longer can they go to any store and find their favorite cigarettes. They have one choice. They have two choices. One, to stop smoking now. Or two, to change their way of life and change what they smoke. That's it. So when I got to California, I couldn't buy menthols. Can you believe there's no Newports in California? Swear to God, bro. On God, bro. Or at least Northern California. For real? Swear. You'll never see a dude with a Newport and a California fucking picture ever again. Really? At least Northern California. Not in the Bay Area. They're not smoking no ports no more. Really? For reals, dog. So anyways, I get out there and there's no menthols, so I start smoking regular cigarettes. I had already been smoking Lucky Strike menthols, so I changed over to Lucky Strike Reds. I smoked them for about 2 weeks. Naturally, as soon as I got out of that bitch, I bought a pack of menthols, but they didn't taste the same. I actually didn't like it. So I didn't go back. And there's people like, I'll bum a cigarette from, when he was here, I'd bum a cigarette from Red and he smoked menthols and I don't like it no more. So this forced change on just the tobacco industry works. There will be a lot of people that will refuse to conform and they'll just give up the habit, and that will cost the tobacco industry millions, right? They're saving millions by not making all those other different types of tobacco in that sense. Or at least, whatever. They're losing because they can't market it to big venues like us. whatever the case may be. That's their choice. You can give this up altogether or you can make a change. As I say that, it's like that's where it is with your health issues. You'll go into the doctor and they're like, if you don't make a change and give all this up, if you don't give all this up altogether or make some serious changes, you're probably not going to live too long. Something like that. They're your choices. If you choose not to, you're going to be looking stupid like my mom, surprised that the fucking cancer came back and you've only got a couple months to live. She never told us, that cunt ass. I remember the day I picked her up from the fucking doctor's appointment and something was wrong. She came out crying. She just kept saying, I can't do it again. I won't do it again. I won't do it again. She mentioned the cancer came back, but she didn't really explain what she was facing. She made it very clear she was not going to do it again. But yet, consciously, I didn't make the understanding that she had made a commitment to die. Because I kept telling her, why aren't you going to the doctors and all of that? I kept trying to push her, but she wouldn't. And so somehow I didn't see that she had already committed to die. She was not going to fight. She said she wouldn't, and she wasn't. And so she died. Quite painfully, I must add. But, as far as that goes, it's like change is upon us. And that's just an example. That's just an example. With whatever Trump did in that country, maybe a lot of people want to go home now. Maybe they want to go home now. This big problem that you guys, you know what I mean? Maybe Trump's going to, fly them all back home and shit. Maybe they want to go home now that they have a better chance at new leadership. Realistically, they have a better chance than, just saying. Doesn't solve all their problems, but it can change. Sometimes things can change to where the impossible becomes possible again, is what it said in these cards. It is a wake-up call. They happen every weekend. Usually we have a mini one on Wednesday, or if there's any serious planetary movement like a fucking lunar or solar eclipse, shit like that, they shove energy at us, unwanted, unnecessary energy. Full moons especially. This one's about your feelings. I don't know. Again, I told you my story, but I really look at it that way. It's like, I was going in a direction far from where I was going, and I made some mistakes against my better judgment that got me put in hell, bro. I went through hell with this motherfucker this last year. And when it was all done, I was standing right in front of the first guy I didn't face last year. And that's why I can see this so very literal. It's a very literal text in that sense, is God will always bring you back to put you back on course. You know what I mean? But it's going to be harder to drag yourself down there after what you've been through. It's like you just got whipped, dude. They just fucking hosed you. And that's what it is. It's like you were way more wounded than you were the first time when you go to face this next challenge. It's almost like this corporal punishment, I see it as. It's like, if you don't eat this, then you're going to eat shit. I don't know. Does it ever get easier? Did you find an easier way out than what God was calling you? Do you think you've got the easy way? You took the easy route? Or does it feel a lot more painful, dude? I don't know. I'm just telling you that I had an example and I didn't expect that example to pop out. But obviously that's what I mean, is they keep putting me in front of you. Still facing the same fucking battle in your bitch ass. Sorry. Can I just start by telling you that I can justify my actions and my behaviors and my tone and everything I do, but it's not. It's only justified against man. Only men will support such behaviors. And that's where God comes in and tells you to be better. I don't have to fucking treat him no better. He's a piece of shit. Why the fuck do I gotta show him any type of respect? Because I asked you to, please, and thank you. Fuck him. And that's where I'm stuck over here. I don't even fucking like you, bro, and God wants me to show you all the love I have inside of me. Why would I do that? Because I love God, and I'm trying my hardest to just do what he says, because I know the consequence of not. I've lived the consequence of not. I want to show you that. And he's pushing you into great battles to make you a great warrior and to, you know what I mean, fine tune you into the great spirit you were before you became such a weak individual in my eyes and the whole universe. The people I listed before, they're in great places of power, but powerless to their human experience. They're useless to us. They're useless to themselves. They're a bunch of children trying to find their way through the garden. I do not see you that way. That is God's vision. That's the vision He gives me so I can have compassion. Because when I look at you and you're grown ass age and you're out here being so grown and you're out here telling people, you know what I mean, that you made it, I'm looking at you like, what the fuck? If I don't close my eyes and look at you like Christ, I don't want to look at you at all. I wish that none of us ever saw you. Mostly, I wish most of you didn't exist. Isn't that mean to say? Why would I say that, dude? Why would people say that about your life? Imagine a world without Kim Kardashian. Imagine if girls weren't trying to be Kim Kardashian. How much more peaceful our world would be. Not to say they probably wouldn't have tried to dress up like another woman, but at least a better type of woman would have been nice. Don't you think? What would the world have been without, Lewis Hamilton? He thinks he's an emblem for black skin, but he's an emblem for slavery, for silence and slavery. Because that's what he did in all his years inside of that gentleman's club. He didn't represent what it meant to be a black person. He just had to go in there with a black suit and tie. Where would the world be without Logic or Russ, Mike Stud, Royce the 5'9"? Like, did you really make an impact on anybody but the booty whack people in your little rat packs? You didn't. So who needs you most? Your children. And what are you doing? You're too busy trying to look good to the people outside of you instead of the people inside right there with you. Stop trying to show off and go fucking be good fathers. Be something we didn't have. Kanye West, Kim Kardashian. Try being a mother. All that money and you can't buy yourself a fucking motherhood. You paid for them to be born, and now you can't do what it takes to be a mother. Granted, I see that you don't have the skills, but your sister's figuring it out. They don't leave their kids all the time to just go running around taking pictures and pretending to be pretty. Do you think you guys would have been like that with your father if he was still alive? Do you think he would have been okay with, he would have stayed married to your mother if she was going to continue to raise you as little prostitutes? Do you think you would have became prostitutes if your dad was around? Do you think he would have allowed that, or like his influence may have stopped it? Because we know that, Christine Jenner over there wasn't a father figure and that he wasn't masculine. And because your mother lives in a masculine role, she needed a feminine. And so therefore there was no male role in your house. Do you think if there would have been a positive male role, you wouldn't have turned out to be such females, such disgusting females? All you reach for is family because you grew up in a distorted family. Each of you tried to create family with men that left you. How does that make you successful? And going back to your sister, what is it, Courtney? No, Chloe? Taking pictures all the time, just trying to be sexy. She had a baby with a man that left her already, just so she could have children by the same man. Did that mentally sound sane to you? And you guys have a TV show that people try to fucking be like you? And I live on this planet? And my name is what? And I'm here for how long? Really? Yeah. Well, there's great comments. I don't really. The comments are all testing. I got 2 comments the other day which said hello from England and I'm from Russia. And those were the best comments I've got since I've opened these comments. I'm afraid to look down. Let me see. Yeah, they're just more shit talkers. Lots of them. Wow, I guess that's what they do on Saturday night. Well, going back to what my video was about, that was a whole lot of shit talking. A wake-up call. Or just stay asleep. I don't know. It's like, will you ever wake up and live? I lived a great life. What do you have to show for it? Trophies, pictures, money, clothes, material stuff. When you're done, what good is that to the rest of us? That only pays for the people you're already paying for. The same people you bought houses and cars and fucking clothes and furniture for are now going to inherit your houses and cars and clothes and furniture. Why do they need it if they already have their own? They're going to save it for you when you're dead. It means nothing to them. It's worth more in a dollar amount than it is taking up space in their houses. They don't have room for your cars. Why would anybody save your cars, Lewis? Unless they were going to use them to drive around and looking cool in. Or your clothes. Are they saving them for their next boyfriends? Like, what would they do with that? Your furniture in your house? Why would they keep the house and the furniture? They have every intention to sell the house. What are they going to do with the furniture? Auction it off or get rid of it? They don't need your furniture. It's yours. And in essence, it'll just remind them of you. And it probably smells like dog because you had a dog. Really? Am I lying about any of this? All those games that you play on your PlayStations and your Xboxes and all those, everything that, that meant so much to you, your computer and all that. I'm not going to do anything with any of that. Nobody's going to get into your computer and search your files and post your pictures and keep your Instagram updated. They're not going to publish your songs. They're not going to, you know what I mean? There's not going to be a museum with your fucking unwritten songs and bullshit. You're a legend in your own mind, bro, but that's about it. Don't get me wrong, when Marshall dies, those of my age group, maybe the 30s, will, remember him, but he'll die in time. People won't know who you were and when they talk about you, what would they say? He's just this angry rapper who had drug issues and he beat his wife and fucking hated his mother. That's the legacy, my friend. What do you think they think about? The greatest rapper in the world? That's in your head, my friend. Only people that know you would support you and say such things. But what about all of them that don't know you? You're not even part of the conversation. And that's why you're trying to be so well known. Who cares? Even if that was your title, he was the greatest rapper. You're just like Dre. What they say, local Denver R&B artist and community man dies. That's it. Life goes on. He's gone. That's it. Everybody learn that the show is over. Everybody learn a new way of life. And the beat goes on. Really? So I hope you have that wake-up call. I hope you let go of something. I hope you embrace the new something. I hope you allow it to grow instead of trying to force something new into your life and trying to make it work and trying to, it's all, what's the word? There's a word, prosthetic. It's all prosthetic. It's not authentic. It's not organic. It's not natural. You're just trying to become something you saw on TV. You got inspired by someone else's life and you want to put it on. You're not evolving in your life. You're just trying to find a life outside of you through your experiences. It's a lot. Hey, Good luck with all that. What do we got? Today's Saturday, right? Tomorrow's Sunday fun day. I don't know about religious studies. Oh yeah, we're gonna start the words of Christ. Really? That could take forever. We could spend an hour just doing that, looking at all the words he said. I'm not gonna interpret them or anything. I'm just gonna read them straight out of the book. You can interpret them whichever way you want, because that's what everyone does out there. I'm just making you aware of the words they're gonna use against you. The words they use against me. Anyways, hey, I love you guys. I wish you a great awakening. Again, I don't try to paint that this is anything but difficult. It's simple. It's so fucking simple. I could tell you all the time what you got to do, but it's anything but easy. So good luck with that. I wish you great change in your life. Later, haters. Bye bye now.